and welcome to another episode with iReview on CRYOUT TV. I'm your host, Eman, and I'm very excited to have a guest today from Fun in the City HTX blog on Instagram. She is a great local blogger that reviews restaurants, events, bars, and she shares a lot of her favorites, and I have personally tried a few of those and have been very, very happy with the reviews she recommends. But first, I want to talk about, I know it's the holiday season, people are looking for unique gifts, and I wanted to share something I discovered actually 2 weeks ago, and I'm very excited to get my item that I ordered. It's a necklace. It's from Philomena Jewelry, and it's a local designer here that she has a deal in the Dominican Republic where proceeds go to orphans there that they're helping to, that their money goes to them. And I thought their jewelry is so beautiful and so unique, and to have it also be helping orphans in the Dominican Republic is such a great deal. So I will share with you their page, and we'll be right back with my special guest, Leaney. Welcome back to iReview with Eman. I'm very excited to interview my guest, Leaney, who has a famous blog locally, Fun in the City HTX. Welcome, Leaney.
Hi, thank you.
I was a fan of yours, and I discovered your blog by wanting to know what was going on in around town, and you always seem to share, you know, great advice on, you know, what's happening, what's going on, what's new. So how did this all start?
So I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and it started, I have a personal Instagram page, and it started from that. I would always post, you know, I was going to lots of places and they were always new or exciting and fun, and so people would always ask me, my friends would always ask me, oh, hey, I want to go out tonight, where should I go, or whatever.
So how do you go about finding all the information you share? Because I mean, I like recently saw that you posted something about Whoville or something for the holidays, and how do you go and find all this information?
So Whoville, I think I found that just by, well, I do a lot of research, and my research is different. So I get culture map just like a lot of people do, so I find out from some things that way. Just doing a lot of research on Instagram, finding out who other people are following and who the new accounts are. So Whoville was a new account, so it came up, and that's how I found out about that.
Okay, and then so is there, like, do you get more people reaching out to you because you have such a you know, a huge following? Do the new restaurants say, oh, I want you to come and do you know, a blog here for us and try our things, or is it also you find them and reach out? Like, how does that work as well?
No, I don't reach out to them.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's a good idea because I don't feel like you should ask people, hey, can I come into your restaurant for free or whatever. I just don't think that's,
well, not to come for free, but like, you know, say, you know, well, I guess, yeah. I mean, if you have, like, I don't know, if they don't know about you, how do they find, I guess maybe they find out.
Well, so a lot of times I'll follow them, and if I post about them and they reach out to me and thank me, I will say, please follow me back, you know?
Right. Okay.
Because, I mean, I think if I'm supporting them, they could support me as well. Right. You know, it doesn't cost anything to hit that follow button. Right. But some of my research is also, if I'm already following all of the restaurants and the bars, just scrolling my feed, you know, hours. I scroll for hours a day, you know, and then look at all their stories, and that's really how I find out about most of it, I would say, is just scrolling their feeds and scrolling through the stories.
Wow. Yeah. So sometimes you might not necessarily share something you've been to, but something maybe you want to go to, yes, or are interested in. And so do you share only things that you think you'd be interested in, or is it just you want to help Houstonians find, you know, things to do in general? Or
a lot of it is that I think, you know, personally I would be interested in, but also I would share it if it looks fun. I want other people to know what's going on in Houston and be able to go explore the city. You know?
Exactly. So So when you started, like obviously I'm sure you have a day job.
Yes.
So how long did it take to say, okay, I need this many hours? Like how long does it take you to do your, because I mean it's another job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very time consuming. And when I said I scroll hours a day, I meant that, you know.
Wow. So I know that you had reached out to your fans and had a few questions that they were interested in hearing about. So I think one of them was who is your audience, or who is there an audience you cater to or anything like that?
Well, so I can tell you my stats for the people that follow me.
Okay.
75% women, and
Right? I'm one of them.
and I feel like that has a lot to do with, I think women are the planners, right? So we like to plan and know what's going on, and men kind of just go with the flow more. So
Exactly.
I think that might have something to do with that.
You're so right. I mean, I don't know how many times I hear my girlfriend say, I wish my guy would just like take initiative and plan something or surprise me. I mean, they do, but not as much as we plan, right? We are natural planners, I think.
Yeah. But then I think the age group is like maybe 25 to 35 is the most, and then, you know, like 35 to 45. So that's really kind of my biggest. And I have older and younger, but that's kind of my biggest.
Your biggest fan base.
Yeah. But I really am just trying to cater to people that like to go out and have fun and like to go to new places and events and restaurants.
I do see sometimes that when you're visiting other cities, you share places you've gone to as well. Yeah. So what other cities have you able to blog on your page?
So I went to Dallas last weekend, so I posted a couple places that I went there. XO, that was a really cute place. And then Dahlia. That was another cute place.
Was that the one with all the flowers?
Yes,
That
was
so beautiful. I was like, I want to go there.
And we have a Dahlia here, but as far as I know it, they're not affiliated at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Completely kind of different decor, so I don't think it's affiliated with it. But I also went to Colorado back in August, so I did a little bit there as well.
So do you find that when you do your reviews in other cities, do you get followers from those cities, like in Colorado or in Dallas, or?
I don't know really. I haven't. I have no way of knowing, and I don't know if they would even know about me. So I don't know.
So you think it's mostly like Texas, Houston, like 99%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, you never know, because people are always like, maybe they're gonna come travel to Houston, and maybe they might follow you because they're like, oh, she gives a lot of good recommendations about events and places, or so. I mean, I'm sure you do.
Well, when I went to Colorado, that's what I did. I went and found Denver, like the top bloggers, and I sent them messages and asked them if they could give me some recommendations. So I do it.
Yeah, so I would imagine, I'm sure you have some national fan base as well. Because Houston is a big city.
I have a couple out of the country, obviously. I mean, because that's what my stats say. I have other people out of the country.
Fans.
Yes.
Well, that's nice, I mean, because like I said, Houston is a big city, and during normal times, we do have a lot of people from all over the world coming, with the market the way it is here, you have a lot of international travel, and so I'm sure you get a lot of followers from all over, and I'm sure you'll get more once things go back to normal. I hope soon. So another question that one of your fans asked is, what is some of your favorite places, or one of your favorite places that you like to eat at? Or
they wanted to know my favorite place to hang out. So I can't really say one place.
I mean, who has one? I have like 20 on the top of my head.
Yeah, so I can't really say one, especially because my thing that I like to do is to check out new places.
Right.
So the chances of me going somewhere twice is very low, unless it's some place that I really like. So I would say I really like hanging out in River Oaks district. I like most of the restaurants there. On Ouzo Bay, I think they have a great happy hour, and I like Toulouse. So Toulouse is somewhere that I would go to brunch and dinner, frequently. But my favorite expensive restaurant is Doris.
I've heard really good things about that, and I have not made it there yet, which I don't know why, but yes, continue.
So, and they recently have a happy hour starting, so I want to go check that out soon. So Doris is my favorite, expensive restaurant, and I would say my favorite, like, hole in the wall is Kasra Persian Grill. That's my favorite, like, hole in the wall. Mm-hmm. And then as far as bars go, I like Sugar Room. I like Sugar Room on Washington. That's okay. But with COVID, honestly, I'm not going to busy places. Like, I will go to a restaurant and eat, but it's really hard for me to answer that right now with COVID because of the bar scene. I'm not really in that right now. But I also like Squabble a lot.
I've been to that
great
one.
Restaurant.
Very good.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of, I like the River Oaks district a lot.
So do you find right now during COVID that there are still a lot of new places opening up, or do you?
I'm surprised that it doesn't seem to have really slowed down that much.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't go out to bars and stuff, which I miss, but I do have the occasional date night with my husband, or family dinner or something, and the places are full. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm almost like really too close. But the places are busy. Places are full. It's just I haven't been able to keep up. Obviously, like someone like you who would keep up with what's going on, the latest, but it does seem like things are still opening up and are busy, right? Is that what you found?
Yeah, for sure. And actually, so getting back to the favorite thing, and then you said you miss going to bars, whatever. So I recently went to Poor Behavior for the first time, and it's in Midtown. Oh, okay. And they also are affiliated with On the Curb, and they opened an On the Curb in Midtown recently, probably within the last 6 months. But Poor Behavior's been open for over a year. I just never made it there because there's so many places to go. I can't make it to them all. But they had me in recently, and I went there for Sunday brunch, and it's huge. It's huge, and I felt super comfortable because of how big it is. They even have like these long tables, but they put partitions between people.
Right.
And I just had a lot of fun there. I would say I had a lot of fun there because it's been a long time since I went dancing or went to a bar, and it was a Sunday fun day, good vibe. They had a DJ, and as big as it was, and the partition, I just felt really comfortable, and I was like, I haven't had this much fun since March, I guess.
Wow, right. So Poor Behavior, if you're looking for somewhere that's COVID friendly and have a good time, I might check that out. So another question I wanted to ask you is, so since this is kind of like almost a full-time, it's like you have 2 full-time jobs. Would you consider that? Yeah. So do you get to is it like every weekend you have things already lined up from people who invite you to come try their things or places? Or is there sometimes you're like, okay, I want to take a day off and just do this for me? Like, do you ever get some like you time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it varies. One weekend I might have an invitation to go somewhere, and another weekend I might not. It just depends. But I'm not going to go anywhere that I don't want to go, So, I mean, I say no to things, I'm not going to just go because it's free.
You. Right.
Yeah. I want to go somewhere that I think I'm going to enjoy the food and the ambiance.
Right. Yeah. I understand that. I mean, I do reviews all the time, and I could understand that sometimes you don't want to write. It's not fun writing a bad review. I don't like doing it. I'm sure you don't want to do that because you're trying to show the fun, and writing a sad or bad review is not fun.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So sometimes it's just, and I'm sure there's a certain place that, sometimes you're more comfortable maybe going to if you've never been. Maybe you're not as comfortable going. I don't know if you go. You said sometimes you take a friend or.
Yeah, usually I take someone with me. I don't usually go alone.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that some bloggers, do you have like all the lights and stuff to take the pictures and to make it look magical?
So I used to have the little ring light that clipped onto my phone, and then you can actually see the ring a lot of times when you're trying to take, and the reflection of the table or whatever. And so I recently bought something else that's super bright and it's much better. Yeah. So I do. Yes, I have lights, and it can, I'm like, I'm not embarrassing you, am I? With my friends. I mean,
I would be like, sure, go for it.
And I'll try to do it. Like recently, I went to Killen's. Actually, that my first time. The new one opened up in the Heights, and that was amazing. It was a happy hour, and my last post was about that.
I think I remember that post.
Yeah. So my friend was running late, so I was like, let me order this, let me order that, because I wanted to get the pictures and the videos out of the way before she got there so that I didn't.
Then you can enjoy your time.
Yeah, so I didn't embarrass her or anything.
So do they, when you go somewhere that wants to like have you blog them, do they give you the option to choose, or they're like, we really want you to try this option?
It's different every time. So either you go in and you order whatever you want, or you can do that, and they're saying, well, we really want you to try this. You order whatever you want, but also I want you to try this. Or sometimes the chef just sends out a tasting and you have no idea what you're going to get.
Right. Well, I wanted to review, when we come back, we're going to review some fun items. I'm not going to say yet what it is, but I want to review with you something that are you in for it?
Yes, of course.
So when we
especially
come back,
if it's food.
It is food. So when we come back, we're going to review a few treats together, and we will share that with you. Leaney here with Fun in the City HTX, and she's going to help me taste these delicious donuts. Yum. I mean, you don't really need much help when it comes to donuts, but I just wanted to discuss some of these different local shops that we have. So we have, everybody knows Shipleys, and people tell me they think that their glaze is the best. I don't know that. I mean, it's hard for me to decide. I feel like donuts are donuts, but they're like, no, Shipley's their glaze is the best. Then we have River Oaks Donuts. I don't know if you've had theirs before. I have. And then these little guys are so cute. They're mini donuts from Luna's Pizzeria. And so I don't know if you know that they do this.
No, and they're one of my favorite pizza places, actually. I love their pepperoni pizza, is amazing, and their arugula salad, so good.
See, I've never eaten there, so I'm excited that I knew about the donuts before the pizza, knowing the pizza was good. But it's also a sister company to Barnaby's, which I've been to a lot. So I know you said you prefer cakey donuts.
Yes, I prefer cake.
So they did not, at River Oaks, did not have the plain cake. They have the chocolate cake. I don't know if you'd like to try.
That's my favorite.
It is. So go ahead and the chocolate cake is your favorite?
Yeah, with the glaze. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, then I'll try that one with you, because I usually like the plain cake personally.
Oh, I like any cake. I mean, I don't discriminate against a lot of sweets or food in general.
That one's really good. Okay. Well, you can't go wrong with any donut, really. Have you ever had a bad donut? Mm-hmm. You have? Mm-hmm. Okay, we won't talk about that one.
I don't like when you get them and they're still kind of doughy on the inside. And yeah, I don't like that.
Okay. Well, I like this one.
This one's good, but can I point out, like, look at the glaze on this one versus this one. Okay. This one kind of looks melted, and that one looks very fresh.
So, do you prefer the fresh or the melted?
I think I would prefer that one.
Well, see, Shipley's gets another point.
But that's visually.
Visually, okay. Well, then we can see the difference between the melty and the that kind if you want to try that. I know, not healthy. We're gonna hit the gym because yeah, it's not. I usually don't eat donuts that often, but you'd be surprised that donuts don't, like, a classic donut honestly doesn't have as many calories as you would think. No,
it's like 100 calories or something.
I know. Not very... That's dangerous information. But if you're talking about, like, I'm sure a filled, like something filled with like a custard, that cannot be 100 calories.
No. The custard alone is probably like 300 at least.
So this is kind of cakey in a weird way, don't you think?
It's more dense. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see the difference in the Shipley's one. I know, I'm sorry. I ruined your... But it's me too. I usually don't eat this stuff, I'm telling you. But I mean, I figure the holiday season and all that good stuff. So
gotta have a cheat day anyway.
Yes, you do. So this is the Shipleys. I got a bigger piece of it. I did not mean for that to happen.
I have a big mouth, so.
So it's definitely sweeter. So I think that what you were saying with the glaze, I think it's more. So it gives that sweeter taste.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. They taste different to me.
They are different.
You would think you would. I mean, I've never done a donut tasting.
Yeah, I know.
Before.
So it definitely this one has a different taste from the River Oaks donut. They're both good, but they're different.
Yeah. I like this flavor better, but I like that glaze better.
Huh. Now we need somebody to do those together.
Yeah.
So, did you want to try the mini donuts?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is cinnamon sugar and this is plain. So he told me everybody really gets it with cinnamon and sugar. So I said, okay, we'll try it.
So there's another mini donuts. Have you heard of Miss Mini Donuts?
I have not.
So Miss Mini Donuts, you've heard of Boss Cat or BCK Kitchen? Yeah. So they have another restaurant in California. I think that's actually where they started, in California. And then they do these little mini donuts, Miss Mini Donuts. And you can get like a 4-pack of like different kinds, and you can even get a kit and like cute. Make the donuts with your kids or something.
Oh, I would love that.
But or date night, you know.
Yeah.
They're selling their donuts at BCK, and then yesterday I got my girlfriend. We got takeout at Boss Cat for her birthday, and they gave us some. I don't know if it's because it was such a big order or if they're giving everybody some, but it was nice. I mean, they didn't know that I was there with my food blog or anything. It didn't have anything to do with that. So it might have just been because it was a large order, but they're really good.
So that was that. What was it called?
And Miss Mini Donuts.
Miss Mini Donuts. So we'll try that one next. I'll try that one next. I actually like the cinnamon and sugar.
It's really good.
That one's really good too. So doing all this is, I mean, you know, it can be, like you said, a lot of work. So how do you feel about, you know, the blog? Like what does it mean to you?
Well, I mean, I'm a giver and a people pleaser. And so I enjoy doing this and like putting that out there and helping people, you know, and I like it when someone messages me and asks me for recommendations, and then they tag me in their post or whatever and tell me how great the recommendation was or whatever.
That's so nice. Yeah, that connection with people and knowing that you help them, and I understand that. I get that. That's what made me start doing the reviews, is when people would say thank you or I appreciate your review. That was so helpful. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
So
that makes you feel nice.
Yes, yeah. And that's what started for me. Like, I was passionate about it, and I guess that's the same for you. Is that how you felt? Like it was a passion that you wanted to do, or it just kind of came into your lap with your friend? How did it? I mean,
yeah, I think first it really just kind of more started out doing the same thing I was doing on my personal, you know, just posting pictures of food and posting about restaurants, and then it kind of snowballed into something a little bit more. I mean, it was her idea to go kind of stick with restaurants, bars, and events. And I've kind of stuck with that. But I think it's going to get a little tricky because sometimes I do have people that want to post, and I'm like, well, I can't because I have to come up with 2 more posts before I can post about that, you know. So for now, I'm sticking to that, but it could change.
Yeah, so where do you see it going as it grows?
I don't know. Honestly, there are some people that kind of do what I do a little bit for other restaurants, and it's actually like their full-time job, you know, to do things. So maybe it could become something like that, you know.
So you think maybe one day it could be your full-time job?
Possibly. I know some bloggers that do it full time, but
oh, wow.
I don't think I'm there even close there yet. But I really actually love my day job. So I've been at my day job for 11 years. So I really love my day job. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, you're so lucky you have a day job and an evening job or weekend job or whatever you want to call it that you love, because some people don't even have one that they love. So you're so lucky that you have two things that you're really excited about and passionate about that you get to do every day.
Yeah.
And so I really want to thank you. I'm like I said, I was a fan of hers. I followed her, and I think she's a great blogger. She's so helpful. I've used so many of her tips and places she's recommended, and I did enjoy them, and I agree with I wish I could be as social as you are, but I don't get to do that all the time. But I do always, I'm like, oh, she recommended that. So thank you for sharing all your advice with me, with your followers, and coming here today on iReview and sharing.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for the donuts.
Oh, you're so welcome. I mean, the least I could do is have something fun to eat together. Thank you.
Thank you.